Michael here, looking at Psalms 103 for our devotion, a Psalm of David that may be subtitled, Bless the Lord, O my soul. And today we're focusing on verse 17 through to 19 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read those three verses. Verse 17. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children. Verse 18. To such as keep his covenant, to those that remember his commandments to do them. And verse 19. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. And as we turn to the treasure of David for the exposition, let's go ahead and read verse 17 again. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children. And Spurgeon exposits. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him. Blessed, but how vast the contrast between the fading flower and the everlasting God. How wonderful that his mercy should link our frailty with his eternity and make us everlasting too. From old eternity, the Lord viewed his people as objects of mercy, and as such chose them to become partakers of his grace. The doctrine of eternal election is most delightful to those who have light to see it and love wherewith to accept it. It is a theme for deepest thought and highest joy. The to everlasting is equally precious. Jehovah changeth not. He has mercy without end, as well as without beginning. Never will those who fear him find that either their sins or their needs have exhausted the great deep of his grace. The main question is, do we fear him? If we were lifting up to heaven the eye of filial fear, the gaze of paternal love is never removed from us, and it never will be, world without end. And his righteousness unto children's children. Mercy to those with whom the Lord makes the covenant is guaranteed by his righteousness. It is because he is just that he never revokes a promise or fails to fulfill it. Our believing sons and their seed forever will find that the word of the Lord the same. To them will he display his grace and bless them, even as he has blessed us. Let us sing then for posterity. The past commands our praise and the future invites it. For our descendants, let us sing as well as pray. If Abraham rejoiced concerning his seed, so also may the godly. For instead of the fathers shall be the children. And as the last psalm told us in its concluding verse, the children of thy servants shall continue, and their seed shall be established before thee. And verse 18 that reads, To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. Spurgeon exposits. Children of the righteous are not, however, promised the Lord's mercy without stipulation, and this verse completes the statement of the last by adding, To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. The parents must be obedient, and the children too. We are here bidden to abide by the covenant, and those who run off to any other confidence than the finished work of Jesus are not among those who obey this precept. Those with whom the covenant is really made stand firm to it, and having begun in the Spirit, they do not seek to be made perfect in the flesh. The truly godly keep the Lord's commandments carefully. They remember. They observe them practically. But remember his commandments as such, without exalting one above another, as their own pleasure or convenience may dictate. May our offspring be a thoughtful, careful, observant race, eager to know the will of the Lord, and prompt to follow it fully. Then will His mercy enrich and honor them from generation to generation. This verse also suggests a praise, for who would wish the Lord to smile on those who will not regard His ways? That were to encourage vice. From the manner in which some men unguardedly preach the covenant, one might infer that God would bless a certain set of men, however they might live, and however they might neglect His laws. But the Word teaches not so. The covenant is not legal, but it is holy. It is all of grace from first to last, yet it is no panderer to sin. On the contrary, one of the greatest promises is, I will put my law in their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. Its general aim is the sanctifying of a people unto God, zealous for good works, and all its gifts and operations work in that direction. Faith keeps covenant by looking alone to Jesus, while at the same time by earnest obedience it remembers the Lord's commandment to do them. In verse 19 that reads, The Lord hath prepared His throne in the heavens, and His kingdom ruleth over all. And Spurgeon exposits. The Lord has prepared His throne in the heavens. Here is a grand burst of song produced by a view of the boundless power and glorious sovereignty of Jehovah. His throne is fixed, for that is the word. It is established, settled, immovable. He sits on no precarious throne, nor borrows leave to be. About His government there is no alarm, no disorder, no perturbation, no hurrying to and fro in expedients, no surprises to be met or unexpected catastrophes to be warded off. All is prepared and fixed, and He Himself has prepared and fixed it. He's no delegated sovereign for whom a throne is set up by another. He's an autocrat, and His dominion arises from Himself and is sustained by His own innate power. The matchless sovereignty is the pledge of our security, the pillar upon which our confidence may safely lean. And His kingdom ruleth over all. Over the whole universe He stretches His scepter. He now reigns universally. He always has done so, and He always will. To us the world may seem rent with anarchy, but He brings order out of confusion. The warring elements are marching beneath His banner when they most wildly rush onward in furious tempests. Great and small, intelligent and material, willing and unwilling, fierce or gentle, all are under His sway. His is the only universal monarchy. He is the blessed and the only potentate, King of kings and Lord of lords. A clear view of His ever-active and everywhere supreme providence is one of the most delightful of spiritual gifts. He who has it cannot do otherwise than bless the Lord with all his soul. Thus has the sweet singer hymned the various attributes of the Lord as seen in nature, grace, and providence. And now he gathers up all his energies for one final outburst of adoration, in which he would have all unite, since all are subjects of the great King. Yes, God is great and greatly to be praised. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.